Now, as a musician, it's very important to expand your music horizons. Mine has been rapidly evolving within the last decade, so today in this video, I'm going to be talking about my favorite albums of the 2010s. Now, let me just say before I get started, I'm a huge concept album junkie, so what I like may or may not be for you, and a good chunk of these albums are concepts, so just an FYI. But anyway, let's get started. The first album I'm going to be talking about is Channel Orange by Frank Ocean, which was released on July 10th, 2012, right before my junior year of high school. And let me tell you, I wore this baby out so much to the point where I was almost sick of it. Oh my goodness. This was a really great cohesive album. I like how Frank writes based on what he knows. This album is about a grown man facing his problems and all is well. This album is the closest thing to our generation, and it's a defining record for sure. So I love Channel Orange. The next album I'm going to be talking about is Bon Iver by, you guessed it, Bon Iver. It was released on June 17, 2011, and every time I listen to this album, I feel as if I'm in a cabin in the woods and I'm reminiscing on my life and I am moving forward. It's something about this reserved yet booming production that gives this album a nice feel. This album is soulful. Justin Vernon is one of my favorite songwriters, and all the songs are so lush and beautiful. This sucker will make you cry every time. It's very cohesive with a more sonic depth, if that makes sense. Justin is very meticulous, and instead of doing another For Emma, which by the way was one of my favorites of all time, he goes for a more expansive sound, and it's just a tremendous album. Okay, the next album I'm going to be talking about is Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick Lamar. This is my favorite rap album of the 2010s. It's better than To Pimp a Butterfly in my opinion. I love Kendrick's flow. It's a spoken word / rhythm-based style. There's not one song I skipped on the album. I love this album so much that it almost made me want to go deeper. I am a huge fan of conscious hip hop that tells a story, and Kendrick told a story about him and his friends, kind of like a day in the life in Compton, like where he's from, and he makes great connections throughout, and it's truly brilliant. The next album I'm going to be talking about is Artificial Age by Prince. It was released on September 30th, 2014. Now, I mentioned in my last video that Sign of Times was my favorite album, and Prince ironically was with the times with this album. It was very exquisite R&B. It's a slick, very seductive retro funk kind of sci-fi-ish concept album. He was more creative in his later years, and it kind of reminds me of the old romantic new funk erotica phase that he went through in the 80s. When I tell you that I've studied this man, I've done my homework. Like, this is a great album. The next album I'm going to be talking about is D'Angelo and the Vanguard's Black Messiah. It was released on December 15th, 2014. This album is so good. From start to finish, this did not disappoint. 14 years after Voodoo was released, D'Angelo just casually dropped this gem. And to me, this is the perfect neo-soul album. His voice is still incredible after all these years, and the funk in the album is very dirty, and it is incredible. It feels very fresh. My favorite songs off the album is Really Love and Betray My Heart. The Prince influence is very clear, but D'Angelo has made an outstanding album. He is a legend. I love the production. I loved how lush it felt. Overall, Black Messiah is a very solid album. The singing and the instruments are sharp, and the songs are kind of multi-dimensional in a very good way. The songs are very exciting. In at its core, Black Messiah seems to mix the lush and lavish with the hook driven and catchy. This is really good. I love it. I will definitely make another one of these top 10 albums and just kind of like continue to expand my horizons as an artist. But thank you guys for watching this video. If you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and comment your opinions on these albums. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.